Hi guys, how are you doing? And welcome to episode 3. I'm feeling lighter and brighter. If you come in at episode 3, please make sure you go watch episode 1 and 2 first, because this video will not make sense, okay? How I do it on this channel is I break them into 3 videos rather than one big long video that just overwhelms you. So we've done the episode 1, which was all about the introduction, and we said we're going to talk about the blonde film, about the presidency, the divine masculine, divine feminine, etc. We've covered that. We've covered the bit of the truth bombs that have come out, and we've healed that, we've released that, we've made peace with that. We then went on to a bit of channeling in episode 2, where she showed us the scene of her passing, or aspects of it. She showed us what was behind the scene of her passing. We talked about all kinds of things, Hollywood, the president, some of our royal family stuff. Yeah, interesting. So now we're going to do some tarot. So I've got the Gaian tarot and the Light Seers tarot. I'm putting that card back in. So connecting to the energy of Marilyn and aligning my chair back up again, because I think as I've been going and doing this channel, I've been going like this. So connecting back with Marilyn, Norma Jean, thank you for everything you've told us. Thank you for sharing it. And I'm sure my followers and subscribers can help you by spreading some light and keeping an open mind. Itchy nose. Who else gets an itchy nose when they're doing cards? Itchy nose. Right, let's get going. So Marilyn, 3 cards. What was your soul contract with us as humans on planet Earth? What was your soul contract? What were you there to teach us? Soulmating. You see, this is why you need to watch them in order, because we've just talked about her soul contract with the president, which was JFK. I'll name him now. I think we've got past that, haven't we? When you're dealing with toxic subjects or heavy subjects, you've got to kind of go gently with people and with the algorithm and everything. So these were 2 souls that needed to soulmate in order to teach us something. I've just discussed this in episode 2, so I won't revisit that, okay? Soul love. I've just spoken about that. I'll take another one. Literally, this is what we've just been speaking about in episode 2, Vesica Pisces, enlightenment. This is what we've just been talking about I'll say it again in episode 2. So if you've watched episode 2, you'll know the significance of these cards coming out. So love and the Vesica Pisces. Her soul contract with us was to teach us all that I've just spoken about in episode 2. It was also to teach us to love ourselves more. She wasn't playing the role of a false, I hate it when they say false idol. That's just so low vibration. We start calling it false idols. Well, they're not, the teachers. She wasn't a false idol, and JFK wasn't a false idol. They were teaching us where we'd sunk to as a species, of how we treat and view those that we seem above us or better than us. She was trying to teach us to come back to our heart. She was trying to teach the divine feminine what happens when we go away from ourselves. So she played that role as Marilyn in that lifetime, or as Norma Jean, to show the divine feminine and the divine masculine, not to show the divine, to show men and women, because I've said in video 1, divine feminine, divine masculine, there's nothing wrong with it. It's men and women that have the issue, okay? So that's what she was teaching us. What happens when we go away from ourselves? What happens when we take too much drugs, where we take too much pharma for all kinds of things? She was pumped full of stuff. What happens when we drink too much champagne? What happens when we, you know, throw ourselves at the feet of a president? She was showing us that so we could learn from that. And it's almost why some women probably look at her and go, oh, because it's like, oh yeah, oh, I'm not doing that. So those people that aren't maybe big fans of her, that's probably why. It's because actually, yeah, I can see that and I don't need to learn that. Maybe us fans needed to learn that. I'm here, I know I did. I did, yeah. I needed to learn everything that Marilyn showed me. And that's interesting, because this is the first house I've lived in. I've got rugby tongue, by the way. This is the first house I've lived in where my walls have not got a picture of Marilyn, and this makes sense because I've learnt the lessons. Yeah. So so if you're a fan of Marilyn, there is something you need to learn about some of the things I've just said about not loving yourself not loving yourself enough, not respecting yourself enough with the opposite sex or the same sex, lowering your expectations, selling yourself to somebody just because they're rich and not reading the warning signs, being brutal. This channel is not unicorns and flowers and love and light. Boom. This channel is where we go and we dive deep and we learn. Okay. Some people love it, some people hate it, but this is what I'm here to do. Okay, I'm not here to go, hey, I'm here to just say it out as it is. This is what, and I said I'm learning that as well. So this deck as well, what was she here to teach us? What was she here to teach us? Oh, it's a big deck, this. Hermit's fallen out. Wheel. Sorry, my phone. Oh yeah, look at that. Just got a request for a vaccine. Oh, sorry, a jab on my phone. Anyway. The Seeker. This is what she came to teach us all. You know my videos, why I throw some humour in? Because it actually helps, and I think sometimes that triggers people, why I'm not so serious all the time. Because when you go into these big serious topics and you get serious and we get deep, you can't stay there, otherwise you take everything so seriously. I'd end up having a breakdown. So I use humour, that's how I do. I'm like it in life, I have to monitor it, but yeah, you've got to sink down, do the work, do the teaching, and then come up and break the energy with laughing. And that's how we can break the energy shamanically. You know, clapping your hands, laughing, fun. And because I've spoken about some brutal subjects in this video, rape, exploitation. Sorry, my tummy's rumbling. Hollywood, American politics. In order to clear that energy, I'm going to have some fun now and clear it, because laughter clears it, okay? Because we don't want you going away all doom and gloom, do we? Hermit card. So she taught us to go in. She taught us that change is possible, that evolution is possible. She was trying to teach us to go within ourselves, to not sacrifice ourselves, to not do what she did. And this is her as well. This is how I'm seeing her. I said this in episode 1. She's very different to what she was in life. She's a beautiful soul. Yeah. Could I have some cards for your death, please? 3 cards. We've already been there, haven't we, Marilyn? Yeah. Ten of Fire, destruction at the bottom. Yeah, she was destroyed. It wasn't an accident. It wasn't, you know, it was destruction. I've done that in episode 2. So please go watch episode 2, because I journeyed into her home just before she passed. Guardian of Air. She actually, once she transitioned, she actually enjoyed being over there. And that's what happens with most people. Unless there's some real traumatic thing where they're truly anchored to the earth. Once people get over there and they get over the fact that they're dead and that they're, you know, and they realise about energy and about the power it gives them to be over there, and that she could be herself at soul level, she really enjoyed it. And she feels as though she's bringing a shamanic frequency, which is probably why I'm channeling her, because she brings in such an earthy shamanic frequency. She was able to, like, it's almost, I want to go in there and just take all my makeup off, let the hair grow out, take off the nail polish, whether I've got makeup on head, you know what I mean, take it all off and just be her. Take it and just be her. But she was destroyed. It wasn't an accident, but she was destroyed in order to be rebirthed again in spirit. She's showing me some guides that were with her at the time of passing. One of them was Archangel Metatron. There was a lot of evidence taken from the house as well. A lot of evidence taken from the house. There were some thefts, some of her personal belongings as well. Jewellery and things were stolen. Excuse me, rumping tongue. I'm having a bit of a health kick at the minute. Exercising and stuff, homemade soups at lunchtime. Anyway, Explorer of Earth. digging deep to get the truth. You don't have to dig that deep to get the truth, because the truth is in plain sight. Also as well, I feel like there's some type of a power animal there watching. She wasn't alone in that last hour. It's almost like the nearer that she came to the ending, a guy's just got near, and it wasn't just one guy, it was like 3, 4. And you might say, well, why, Clay, if she was surrounded by all that light and those guides and those power animals, why the hell did those people do that to her? Because it was her time to go, and that's what we fail to get as human beings. It was her time to go, it was her time to pass over. And everything is soul contract, so there was a soul contract there. Because again, that death teaches us something, or it's meant to teach us something. It will come out in future years. It will come out in future years. When I talked about Hollywood and I talked about the money, she said about the money going down. As the money and the power go down, people start to talk. There's a lot going to be released in years to come. There's a lot of letters as well where people have... She's showing me letters of people that used to work within that circle, within the entertainment industry, where they've discussed it via letter. They didn't have email back then. I was thinking, why don't they just send each other emails? Send each other letters, telegrams, because they didn't have email back then. And these letters have been saved. As these people have passed over, sons, daughters, grandsons, they've saved them. Because a lot of these people that made the decision to destroy her, they were destroying people in their own lives, families, wives, husbands, kids. Yeah, but it has to be right timing and divine timing for that to come out. Oh. What else should we ask? What was your relationship with the soul contracts with the president? He was a great teacher. Temperance, balancing her emotions. She chose in that lifetime to experience extreme emotions and extreme instability. Because that's just what she chose to experience. It was a generational thing as well, and a past life thing. Because she's shamanic, she is a real shamanic soul. Honestly, she's going to be coming back and coming back and coming back. He took her into the dark night of the soul in order to teach her this. He feels shamanic as well, does the president. Like a wisdom teacher. You see, when you actually listen to that, you think, wait a minute, you were talking about him like you were in that last video, Claire. How can you then say he's shamanic and he's a wisdom and this is soul contracts? And I think so many people need to grasp what soul contracts is, and the teachers that come down as these roles. That's why when we get, why is somebody doing this and this is upsetting me on the telly, it's because they've got a soul contract to purge us. It's because that's what they're there for. And that's the sadness, because it's almost like they come in to be there in order to teach us something, and then we go, I'm not dealing with that, I'm throwing that back, I don't like you, I'm going to judge you, I'm going to point the finger. And it's like, you're missing the teaching, you're missing the teaching. Sorry, my tongue out, you can't hear that on camera. We're missing the teaching. He came in to teach us something. He came in to teach us about the darkness of power, the darkness of powerful families, the Kennedys, the darkness of greed and lust. He came in to teach us everything. But he couldn't stay on this earth long, because actually his light was so bright, and the frequency he came in, he wasn't meant to come here for long. He wasn't meant to see our bones. He was meant to come in, teach us, show us, have his own dark night of the soul with Marilyn, which is what I talked about, and then go off. And it's what we do with it then, explore it, a fire. Do we transmute it and heal it and release it and learn from it and grow from it? Grow from it, as I say. We look at this card, grow from it. Ooh. Ooh. So I'm picking these cards up. Should I I want the energy surrounding her passing. The energy surrounding her passing. Focus. Let go. Let go. Whispers. Whispers. Expansion. Often, I see this so many times, often when we find out stuff, like we call them the global truths and things, like I've done this video and I'll be thinking a lot about Marilyn as the energy starts to leave, etc. And as will you that's just watched it. Sorry, my tummy, it's embarrassing. As will you as you've just watched it. What we mustn't do is then go on and on and on. And what people do is they find out global truths and they don't shut up about it. On and on. And did you know this? Did you know this? Did you know this? And it's like the same spiel and they can't move on from it. When you hear something, accept it, acknowledge it, visualise it flowing through you, out of you. Visualise it flowing through you, out of you. You can visualise it out of your feet, out of your crown. But as you visualise it leaving you, visualise it turning into love, to healing, to light, to expansion. Don't go from this video and go on and start Googling it all, because you'll just ruin the work that you've just done here and you'll just drag yourself down. So yes, we've got to let it go. We've got to keep our focus. And we've got to acknowledge that the whispers were there and stop adding stuff onto it as well, because that's what people do. They'll find something out and then they'll add onto it and add onto it and add onto it because they want to be the ones that saw it. They want to be the ones that knew it. And actually it's just whispers. There's a lot of false stories out there about that death to cover up actually what really happened. Right, I wanted to pull me some cards for the film of Blonde, which I've spoken about in episode 1 and episode 2. So what does she think of Blonde? Enlightenment. It's what I said to you. I love cards. I love cards. I love cards. I love cards. This is why I love cards. Colour. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it with an open mind now. Create space for it. Create space. There's a golden nugget of information right in the centre of it. Inner voice. Yeah, if you're one of the ones like me that have been a big fan of Marilyn, you will be one of the ones that need to look at these aspects, these shadow aspects that I spoke about. Self-worth, self-respect, your values, whether you glamorise yourself every day for somebody else. I discussed it. Watch Blonde. Maybe watch it with a journal and journal what comes up. Don't watch it as a wow, you know, this is a movie, like, as a movie night. Watch it as a teaching and what I want to learn from this. And honestly, if you go into it from that, you'll open up so much to the teaching of it. And also the book. I've ordered the book. So thank you very much, Marilyn, for stepping forward and speaking to us. Thank you for taking the time. Thank you for the teaching. So we're closing down. What's your final parting message to those watching? Expansion. Keep growing. Keep learning. Keep educating. Divine Feminine at the bottom. Honestly, do you know when you start to channel, sometimes you think, am I getting this? Honestly, every channel I get, am I going batshit crazy with this? And then something like this comes up and you think, no, you're not. Divine Feminine. Whether you're male, whether you're female, keep tapping in. I hate to say, it's not about healing, because the Divine Feminine doesn't need healing. It's women that need healing and men that need healing. So keep tapping into it. Keep tapping into it. Expansion. This is what she said at the beginning. This is why you need to, there's nourish as well. This is why you need to watch these videos in order, because, grumbled again, because for those of you that have watched it in order know the significance of both these cards coming out, okay? So if you've enjoyed that and you want to subscribe, please do, to receive more content and be notified when I do. Press subscribe and the little bell at the side and pick and choose with the little bell all videos. Thank you for joining us. This is meant as a teaching healing tool. It's not as a whodunit tool. It's not as a drama tool. It's meant for teaching. It'll resonate with some and some will not be ready for it. That's fine. If you want to watch more of my channelings that I'm doing, that I've done in the past, there is a playlist on my channel, a channeling playlist where they're all there. And the next ones I'm going to be doing are Princess Diana, Richard III and Jimmy Savile. Okay. This is how we roll on this channel, so get yourself subscribed and get yourself ready for those because they'll be eye-openers as well. So thank you for being here, love to everyone, and as we're closing down this circle, I want you to visualise yourselves leaving the circle, leaving it with an open, full, balanced heart full of joy, full of peace, full of love, understanding and seeing all the beings that stepped forward, the President, Marilyn, everyone that stepped forward, and just sending love and sending thanks for the lessons. No judgment, no fear mongering, no pointing fingers. Yeah, I've healed something within me today, and I'm glad I've done this. I'm glad I didn't run, because this morning when she brought me that, I was like, I can't do this, but this is what we've got to do, because otherwise you just close down. Anything else? We've left the circle. They've gone back over. It's closed. Okay. Yes, keep an open mind. So as I said, next ones, I don't know in what order they're going to come in. Diana, Richard III, Jimmy Savile. Those are the ones on my horizon. There'll be others that will come in because I'm enjoying doing these. Thank you for watching. Please do like, comment and subscribe. Keep your comments balanced. Vast majority do, but now and again you get somebody that comes in as a moan and as a meltdown. Keep your comments balanced. Keep them high vibrational, keep them from love, from an open heart, and if you do that they'll be accepted. If you don't do that they will be deleted. Anything else to say? I'm sure there was something else I wanted to say as well. Oh, anyway, thanks for watching. See you later, and yeah. Okay, see you later, bye.